Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Forgotten Camel, and welcome to another Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Now we have another really huge battle, a medieval battle, in the familiar place, on a hill. This is kind of a battle that I really wanted to see. I wanted to see knights and archers defending this hill. And at the bottom here, I also sent some spearmen to engage the main force. So this is around 12,000 spearmen down on the floor, and up on the hill there's 1,000 archers and around 5,000 knights, I believe. Should be 5,000 anyway. And right down over here, that's around, what was it? I think, yeah, 20,000 footmen, 400 archers, and 6,000 knights. Approximately, because as you know, this game doesn't put all the troops in. Right over here, there's about 5,000 knights. So they should be able to fare well. They are going on a downhill battle, and I kind of want to see the battle going against them first. I do want to see these archers start firing, but I think that they might start firing first. I'm not sure. I just realized that they might jump off, and they don't appear to be jumping off yet. Okay, they're turning around. Okay, that's good. Okay, so they're not going to be shooting at them from on top of the hill. That's unfortunate. I kind of wish they could, but they can't. So I am going to go over here. This looks like it's really cool to see a bunch of knights just running up the hill here. But as I said, this is going to be pretty much a downhill battle for the defenders. But it's really cool to see the knights just run up the hill here. I wonder where the other... Okay, here they come. They're really hard to tell. It's really hard to tell who's the good guys and who's the bad guys. Although in medieval times there were no good guys or bad guys. They were just feudal lords fighting against each other. Yeah, but this looks like a... It kind of looks endless when you look at it over here. This is both, I think, my thumbnail and everything else. I love seeing battles like this. By the looks of things, the knights are having trouble going down the hill, but that's fine. That's entirely fine. I think I want to go over here and see the carnage. Still can't tell who's good guys and who's just who's team 1 and who's team 2. But by the looks of things, these guys are going to reach pretty high up on top of the hill. Yes, they are pushing very hard, whereas the knights are having trouble moving in. So most of the archers will be engaging those knights, whereas the archers will probably have free reign over here. Actually, it looks like they're not in range, so they'll be in range soon. These spearmen are pretty op. Right, yeah, because by the looks of things, the spearmen are pushing. I may have given them too many spearmen. I think I gave them 10,000? No, 12,000 spearmen. So it's not going to be easy for the footmen. That's why I gave them archers, but the archers are just not in range. And by the looks of things, these footmen have decided to aid the knights, and they're probably going to need that help because they are going against archers. But by the looks of things, the knights that are defending have developed a good defense over here, and some of them are actually jumping down on the ground to try to engage these knights, which is really interesting. They won't have very much health engaging them. And they've actually developed some really good defensive areas here. That's pretty impressive, I must say. This looks like it would be good for a very small battle as well. Like knight versus knight. So, wow, this is pretty cool to see. This is a pretty cool defensive battle going on. I know I've been saying that over it was a defensive battle, but this is pretty interesting. Some of the knights are managing, the offensive knights are managing to get into their flank, and, well, yeah, the defensive line is kind of breaking down over there. So let's go ahead and check over here, see how things are going. Spearmen are still pushing. And need I remind you, these spearmen should have around 100 health, but they have very high block chance and a very good range. Yeah, that's why phalanxes are so very effective. They're especially supposed to be effective against horsemen, but a previous battle showed that that wasn't the case. And they got just crushed. But by the looks of things, these footmen are finally getting aid from the archers, if however slight. So they will engage these spearmen as best they can, but these spearmen have the flank covered. Ooh, and it looks like these spearmen also have some aid from a few archers that decided that they have their area covered. It actually looks like some of the knights are relaying orders or something. Oof, but some of the archers actually accidentally fell to their death, so that's not going to be good in terms of defensive strategy. So by the looks of things, the knights are, the defensive knights, by the looks of things, are being pushed back. That's from my point of view. And over here, huh? Yeah, it looks like the meager fight going on over here has been finished. Quite a few knights have died, but ooh, a few knights will try to attack them from the flank. Actually, no, those aren't. Those are the attacking troops. So let's just go back over here. I don't know. I just looking at this is just so satisfying. It just kind of looks like an endless battle, but with those archers firing barrage after barrage, you just need 600 archers to change the tide of battle. You just need to have 600 archers to be able to change the tide. And you'll probably... it just greatly increases your chances of winning. But I gave them 1,000 archers, and the other team 400 archers to try to aid against the spearmen. Most of them aren't in range. Well, they might be in range now. Let's go ahead and check. Let's see how things are going. By the looks of things, it's still a pretty hectic battle. Most of the archers are just not in range. That's just not good. And the spearmen are just tearing at these guys. Let's check. They do have 100 health, right? Yes, they have 100 health, whereas the footmen have 200. So this battle is just going to rage on for a while. But by the looks of things, it's kind of even in terms of numbers. The knights and spearmen, the defenders, have killed 4,000. However, the offenders have killed 2,000, so it's going to be pretty close. And if the knights manage to... if the defenders actually lose at this flank, I'm going to consider it game over for them, because these are just their archers engaging. It's pretty cool to see all these archers fire as well. Let's just put this in slow-mo. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool to see. Oh yeah. I should just take some screenshots of this. This is pretty cool. And look at the knights just jumping down at them. That is so cool to see. Look at that. Now that's bravery for you. Albeit it's AI stupidity, but it's still If this were real life, I call it bravery. The knights just jumping down at them. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and just look at those defenders push them. I said that they were being pushed back, but it just kind of looks slightly even. Actually, I think some of the archers from the main force, from the attacking force, are in the fray over here. That's interesting. So, I'm just gonna leave that there, and let's go ahead and check this side. The spearmen are just pushing them hard. I love spearmen. I love them a lot. Like, you just cannot go wrong with spearmen in this game. Actually, you can, but still. By the looks of things, the knights wanted to come in and command the spearmen properly, you know, to help them get in the offensive. But they are getting hammered by the archers right now. That is something that the swordsmen really needed, but there are still some archers, you know, counter-firing and firing at the knights. I mean, not the knights, the infantry! The backbone of the army. And look at this. They're developing a wall of bodies right over here. Oh, that's just so cool to see. Yeah, right over here it looks like they are kind of even. It's just really, really even. Yeah, and thanks to the archers, the infantry are able to push. So if those infantry manage to break this line, which is, given the amount of dead infantry that I can see, it kind of seems unlikely. But if more and more those archers start firing, I think that they might break. But I'm thinking that this side will break before the infantry manage to even climb up that hill, which will serve as a boon to the defending army. I kind of wish that these knights had colors or some sort of insignia so I could tell who they are. It's really hard to tell who's who when you're just putting the same type of infantry. But I think it looks like they're actually finally being able to push here. Previously they were being pushed back, but right now, it's kind of problematic because many of the knights are actually committing suicide. But they will go on to this flank. Yes, looks like they come back to fight off these guys. They won't do very well because they got much lower health than these guys down at the bomb, at the reserves. But at the very least, they will help the guys defending from the top. And look at these bodies everywhere. You can't even tell who's who. Yeah, at first the attackers were pushing, but now they're being pushed back. And they're really being pushed back. Yeah, it's a good thing some of those infantry decided to go help them out, but they're not going to be able to push. Oh, by the looks of things, the spearmen are being reduced extremely quickly. Just look at the amount of spearmen getting slaughtered to archer fire. It's like 400 archers just raining down on these spearmen. They only have 100 health, and they are being pushed back now. The footmen have finally gotten into the offensive. If they cannot take out those archers, this is going to be a loss. If these guys can break the line over here, they can gratefully aid the spearmen that need their help, because they are losing fast. Really fast. In fact, it's really even. Surprisingly even. This is the amount of deaths caused so far. It's really not looking good for the defenders, and they have very few archers engaging these guys. Oof, that's just, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. In hindsight, the knights over here really don't need the archers' help. They can push these guys just fine. It's a downhill battle. I don't think they even know what's going on with the spearmen down defending the other flank, the main body. They're just seeing victory over here, and this might actually be a short-lived victory for the knights. They should have probably around 3,000 knights by now. And whereas these guys probably have around 1,000 to probably 2,000, I'm actually surprised these guys haven't broken yet. I mean, that's 1,000 archers just raining down arrows on these guys. You kind of expect them to go down quickly, but they're knights for you. So let's check back over here, see how well they're doing. They're doing terribly. Poor guys. It's just, I really don't see the spearmen making it through this. They're just, in just a few minutes, they're going to break. Yes, they are taking out plenty of infantry, but those archers are having a field day. Over here, it's less than 1,000 attacking knights right now. It's kind of annoying that most of the archers are engaging up here. This is already a win for these guys. They do not need the archers over here anymore. They desperately needed in the main block. And the knights over here, though, they're kind of stuck over here, getting, you know, targeted by the archers. Like, they're being used as target practice right now. Over here, knights are still throwing themselves down the hill. That's probably about 100 knights killing themselves right down there. And over here, oof, they got some archers over here too. Yeah, but this side is like a win. Over here is, oh, holy cow. These guys are folding fast. Really fast. That is not good. The infantry could win this day. I mean, they only have a few archers aiding these guys, and they are getting pelted by counter archers right now. It's getting so bad that the infantry, the footmen, are engaging them from the flanks now. Albeit, this isn't a very good battle. It has to be pretty devastating, but this is pretty much the final stand right now. But these guys are not working fast enough to be able to save those spearmen. Those spearmen are as good as dead. They are as good as dead, and there are less than 5,000 troops left now. So, mostly the infantrymen will survive. In a way that's kind of good, because they will be left with... They'll be sort of leaderless. Now, the knights are kind of loyal to the king, and they usually have fiefs of their own. And maybe even their own special infantry. But these guys... if they're leaderless, that will leave them open for invasion. But oh dear, look at this. Those spearmen bravely fighting against this massive pile of footmen over here. I would actually like to see how they would do without archer fire going in against them. Because this is... Oof, they're just folding so fast now. Those knights are just gonna have a bad day defending now. In fact, they haven't even won this battle yet, which... I have a feeling that's going to turn around real quick. Really, really fast. Those guys are going... Yeah. Well, they're going to have trouble engaging them from the flank, but they're really going to finish them off. Although the knights do have around 1,000 archers left. Or less than 1,000 archers. But they still have a lot of archers, so they might be able to do well, provided they can take out the rest of these knights over here. So let's check the numbers. There are only 3,000 knights left, so this is kind of knights fighting against impossible odds right now. And there's still a few hundred knights engaging the defenders. And over here, yeah, I'm gonna need to grab some knights over here. Okay, I'm gonna grab you guys because you're too stupid to help yourselves. I'm gonna grab your guys and you're gonna go with me. And we are going to defend this hill. This is the final stand now. Only the knights are left.
I've got snails inside me knickers.
I do hate having to control infantry, but, you know, it would make sense, you know, for the knights to actually turn around and fight these guys. Okay, so these guys are going to engage those, or not. You know, you can turn around and act like a bunch of idiots. Apparently they don't want to win. Okay, so over here, still engaging the knights. There are not that many of them left. There are less than 100 now. Over here, they really had to engage those archers. And they are, slightly, but there are a lot more archers firing at the knights than archers firing at them. Hopefully that will change. That really needs to change really soon. If these guys can engage, just take out all those annoying archers. And most of the archers are actually in the fray right now. And some of them aren't even firing yet. Too afraid to hit their own friends. But some of them are just engaging. And this archer's just being really brave and stupid. He's just like in a thin line right now. Here, let me help you out. Got to engage these archers. Oh man, I'm getting engaged by archers as well. I'm surprised I didn't kill you. There are less than 3,000 troops now. Okay, that's nice. So let's check over here. What on earth are you guys doing? You're being engaged from the flank right now. Stop ignoring your flanks, guys. Come on. Yeah, there's just small squads of footmen trying to engage these guys. It's not enough so that I think it might be enough so that it will change the tide of battle, or just change it so that there won't be a majorly large amount of infantry dead. But it might not change that much. Come on, take out those archers. Take them all out. There's just so many archers just spread out right now. I really don't see the defenders winning. I kind of expected it to be, you know, a bit more even, but by the looks of things, it's kind of more one-sided. In fact, the attackers have killed a lot more than the defenders have. Usually the defenders are supposed to, you know, deal a lot more, but, you know, this is Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. You expect something to happen, then something different happens. Whoosh. But it's pretty cool to see the knights over here try to fight their way out. Even if they're fighting against impossible odds. That's like, there's less than 3,000 of these guys engaging them. You don't see any more bands of infantry trying to flank them now, which is unfortunate. That would have been really helpful. Surprisingly enough... Oh man, that's a lot of... That is a lot of arrow fire. That is a lot. I only get... Did I only give you 400? It kind of feels like I gave you more. Just look at the barrage of arrows just being thrown at these guys. Like, these knights are actually being pushed right now. Hey, you, over there. Take out those archers. You need to take out those archers that are engaging these guys. Just, you know, take them out. Why am I not hitting anyone? Okay, I'm hitting them sometimes, but somehow I'm missing some of them. And how are you missing one archer? Okay, I'm a little bit annoyed that these arrows are not killing those archers. Yeah, I don't see the knights being able to push them back. But I really want to see this through to the end. But, you know, right now it's just going to be one of those battles where it's just lengthened. But by the looks of things, the knights are pushing again, so that's good news, I suppose. If they can push, they can take out those archers, which means, you know, less casualties. But there are about 2,700 knights and archers left. And those archers, actually, they're having trouble moving in to engage these guys, which is really problematic. The less archers you have engaging, the worse off you are. And that's how we saw things going on earlier in the battle. Yeah, but this is just a slow and painful push to try to take out those archers. They're like taking, for every 10 or 20 infantry they take out, that's one archer dead. But there are less than 2,500 of these guys now. This is just not good. By a 1,200 kill margin, the remainder of the army, the attacking army, it's actually, they're winning. And this is despite the fact that the defenders have had 1,000 archers at the beginning. I mean, how do you lose by having 1,000 archers in the end. I think a bit off camera, I'm going to just grab a bunch of those archers and just have them go around and just aid the spearmen. Just have like 100 or so, like maybe 200, and just engage those footmen. Oh man, there's just a huge clutter of archers over here. I would love for them to engage those guys. Huh. But it looks like things, some of these guys are falling and surprisingly taking some damage. Yeah, they're falling down to the ground over here. In a way, it helps them to flank these guys. They are actually getting flanked over here. I mean, look at that. Look at this army trying to get up this thin hill. If the Knights could just stay and try holding this area right here, just this area, they could win. They could very well win. Oh, just look at the carnage. Let's go over here since they just about cleared it out. There's just nothing but dead knights over here. Dead knights everywhere. It's just some dead archers too, mostly because they got into harm's way or fell to their death. Over here there are some clutters of knights, you know, mostly the defenders, because, you know, they don't really have any logic. They do not fear death. And right about over here, it's a very different story. It's just a huge clutter of dead soldiers. Mostly dead spearmen, mind you. The spearmen, unfortunately, just could not defend this area. They had too many archers. It's unfortunate, but that's life. You know, if I were these guys, I would just retreat. Like, you defeated the knights. These guys are leaderless. Just retreat. Find some place to hide. Like, there's nothing more for them to do. I mean, sure, you want to fight to the death and all, but I would run. Holy cow, this battle's been going on for so long. I think it's probably been more than 30 minutes, probably. And I hate having to do these battles like that are more than 30 minutes. This has been going on for way too long for me, so I think what I'm going to do is just skip to the end. See who wins. Or actually, maybe fast forward. I don't know. Okay, this could be it. These guys are being flanked now. The infantry got wise and decided to flank these guys some time ago. And there are less than 1,500 of these guys left. And it's sunlight. Holy cow. There's mostly archers left right now. It's just so mixed. And these... Oh man. These guys are in trouble. Look, this is kind of ridiculous. There are only 1,000 of them left, but they've been holding this hill for like 30 minutes already. Look at that clock. It's so long. Oh, holy cow! This is taking an awful long time. I'm tempted to nuke them, but I really want to see, you know, how long they last. I kind of want to try this out with Total War Rome 2. That's the only Total War game I have right now. Actually, I have another Total War game, but I don't play that because the graphics are actually kind of terrible. I just can't get over it. I'm sorry. Holy cow. I mean, look at this. They finally got more kills than deaths, but holy cow. It's amazing how this fight went. And obviously these guys finally lost. Man, I did not expect it to just last this long. I kind of expected them to lose, but this is kind of a devastating battle. Albeit they did win, but holy cow! There's still only 300 left, but that's going to end very soon because most of the surviving troops are archers. But that will change pretty quickly because, you know, archers can die pretty quickly. And over here, I believe there are still some archers alive. Yeah, there are. They're engaging these guys. But look at this wall down here. These knights created a wall. It's also the place where the infantry managed to stop the advance of the knights, which is, I'd say, is pretty impressive for the infantry. They even got smart and started engaging them from the flank. And look at how many troops are coming down here from the flank over here. That's impressive. Sometimes the AI here can do things that are pretty impressive, and a lot of times they'll do things that are pretty stupid. But this is pretty cool. There are just less than 8,000 troops of the attacking side left. I'm just... In Total War Rome 2, I'd expect them to break, because these knights, holy cow, they've held on for so long. Just an extremely long time right here. That's about 27,000 troops versus 17,000 or 18,000 troops. And it's pretty amazing that these guys were able to survive for just so long. And there are less than 100 of these guys now, but that's going... I mean, this is like a thin line now. They're just attacked from the flanks. It's going to reform over here, but there are hardly any knights here to protect the archers. So it's just... For the infantry, it's just mopping up. The infantry just finally see a victory at hand. But, you know, in real life, they probably would have run away. A true commander would have pulled back the moment he lost 1,000 troops in this battle. Because no one would actually go on a suicide run like this. Well, maybe except for the Japanese, but that's kind of different. Amazing. It's amazing for the defenders to have even been able to last this long. And it's all thanks to archery and placement. I mean, if the archers were not placed over here, these guys probably wouldn't have been able to win because the spearmen are pretty op, but they got taken out. They just slaughtered by the archers. I mean, holy cow! Look at the amount of bodies around here. That's pretty amazing. Pretty impressive too. So, that's it for today. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe for more. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and good day.